In the first example problem we just looked at, we introduced the concept of list. And here we're going to introduce the concept of loop. So I'm not going to actually show the problem on code forces because it's fairly easy to describe. So the problem asks us to determine whether an input number is a triangular number. And the number is guaranteed to be no bigger than 500. So if you are not familiar with a triangular number, you can Google that and find it out. So this picture is taken from Wikipedia, so it shows the first 6 triangular number, and also it's fairly intuitive why these numbers are known as triangular numbers. So encourage you to pause video, try to solve this problem, or at least think about how you would solve this problem. So the first approach we are going to do is to use what we just learned, list. And because the input is no bigger than 500, there are not that many triangular numbers. So there are like 20-something triangular number. So I copy them from the Wikipedia to here. So once we have this number in the list, we just need to check whether an input number is in the list. If it is, then we'll output yes. Otherwise, we'll output no. So the question is, how do we determine whether a number is in a list or not? So for that, there are built-in functions. To do that, the built-in function that the built-in function, there's actually built-in operator. So it's called in. So an element in a list, this will be evaluated to true when the element is in the list. In other words, the list contains a value that is the same as this value stored in n. So this is version 1 of our code. So we first assign a list to the triangular numbers. I shortened that as the trinums. And because these are very long, and it's more than one line, so and in Python, white space in the beginning of a line are important. So I use this backslash character at the end of the line to indicate that this line has not finished. So the next line is actually a continuation of this line. So let's actually run this code. So let's provide the number for testing. Let's do 6. So look at the code. We are creating this list of triangular numbers and using this backslash to continue. And we're reading the number and then just checking whether it's in. So we got yes. If we do something like 12, which is a nice number, but it's not the triangular number. So so that's this code. So the concept is we have this operator in, which evaluates to true when the element is in the list. Now, there are other equivalent way of checking this. Actually, let's type some of them. So instead of using in, we can also use not in. So, but of course, then we need to swap this to branch. So if it's not in, we will print no. So this is still correct. And another way is we use a function associated with the list called the count. So for this list, we can say .count. So that's execute the count function on the list, and we count the number of times this value appears. And for our purpose, if the count of this n equals 0, that means the n doesn't appear. So we should print no. Let's get the triangular number. Is 15 a triangular number? I think it is. Yes. So if 15 is up here. So the count will be 1. So just to show this how this account works, suppose I type 300 here again, then I can print try nums dot count 300. Okay, then before we do other things, so then we see a 2. So that because the 300 now appear twice. So let's add 2 more 120, and if we count 120, we should see 2 and 3. Yes. So we can use in, not in, we can do count, and after count, we can check in this list each number appear only once, so we can use this equal 1. We can also use greater than 0. That logically would also be correct.